Okay, we're back. Sometimes the unit conversions that you need to do will not be quite so straightforward, and you might have to do what we call a two-step conversion. Um, Actually, nowadays on the internet, you could just go to Google and convert from one unit to the other, and just plug in the two units you want to convert, and then the amount you want to convert. And that makes it pretty easy. But it's like I said, you're not going to be able to use the internet or calculators or anything like that during testings, and so it's good to know how to do these things. Um, for what we're going to look at today is, let's say that you order some medicine and um, it comes in quart bottles, and but the medicine that you give to people is in milliliters. So you need to find out how many milliliters are in a quart. So if you're converting from quart to milliliters, well, first of all, the normal, what's generally given is we know that, or it's given that 1 quart is equal to 32 ounces. And we also know that 1 ounce is equal to 30 milliliters. So to convert from quart to milliliters, I'm going to first have to convert from quart to ounces, and then ounces to milliliters. It's the same process, so it's fairly simple and straightforward, but you have to do 2 steps, so you're going to have to do 2 conversions rather than just one. So if I buy, let's say, 5 quarts, how many milliliters do I have? Okay, so I'm going to set this up, and again, I'm going to write quart over ounce off to the side. And when I do that, that just means that in my numerator, anytime I'm talking about quarts, the quarts go in the numerator. Anytime I'm talking about ounces, they go in the denominator. And that'll keep me, that'll work for what I'm doing. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up as 1 quart is equal to 32 ounces. That's what I know. Okay. Now I want to find out how many ounces are in 5 quarts. And I don't know right now. I'm going to use a Z this time. So now I have it set up properly. I'll go ahead and again, you can cross multiply, which works out just fine. 1 times Z is just Z, and 5 times 32 is just a little bit of math. So this off to the side here, I'll go 32 times 5. 5 times 2 is 10, so I'm going to write down my 0, carry a 1. 5 times 3 is 15, and 1, 16. So I just found out that my 5 quarts is equal to 160 ounces. Okay? Now I'm done with the first step. I don't need this information anymore. I wrote down the part that I need. I can just erase this. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the second step where I convert ounces to milliliters. And again, it doesn't matter, which one I have on top. I'm just going to put ounces on the top and milliliters on the bottom. Now I know that 1 ounce, this is what we know, 1 ounce equals 30 milliliters. And I'm going to set that equal to, I have 160 ounces, so I'm going to write 160. And we don't know how many milliliters, but I'll just go ahead and let's use P this time. Okay, so from this point, it's just a simple question of, again, it looks very similar to what you've been doing this entire book. You're just set up a proportion and you cross multiply and solve. So 1 times P or 1P, just P. 160 times 30, or 30 times 160, either way. Again, I'll do this work off to the side. Should be fairly simple. 160 times 30. I have a 0. Now 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 6 is 18. And 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1, 4. So my 5 quarts is actually 4,800 milliliters. And so that's how I do a 2-step conversion. And it's the same thing as a 1-step conversion, except I have to do it twice. Okay? And just, it really helps to label what's going to be in the numerator, what's going to be in the denominator. It keeps you from getting mixed up. And that's true for anything you're converting. Anytime you set up a proportion, ratios, just make sure you label it and so you don't get confused. And then you just can't go wrong. All right, and that's it for Unit 6. Make sure you turn your assignment in on time, and we'll see you for Unit 7.